Pretty good light conditions. V-Log. So what do we have here? I was a little bit afraid of doing this video today. It's about a Panasonic S1, the studio camera. The autofocus king, so to say, and I have it mounted here on my desk with a large softbox lighting me up as just one light source. And it should look alright. Yeah, it should look alright. And the autofocus? And the autofocus is as usual. It's the Panasonic autofocus. I would be disappointed if it would work right now. So even though we set it up with good light conditions, we got a tripod, the nebula, and the 35mm f2 mounted, so the look should be alright. We will later try out the 50mm for your studio work if you decided, on whatever reason, to buy the Panasonic S1 as your studio camera or talking head camera. Well, outside my dogs are barking because there is a construction site near my fields, but this does not anger me as much as this autofocus. Speaking of reliability, I made a video with a Fuji X-T3 and the autofocus worked fine. Of course you could hear the lens working, the autofocus working. I cannot hear this on that camera, or can I? Oh well, maybe a slight amount of noise, but this is not like on the Fuji. But still, the Fuji autofocus at least did work. I tried out the autofocus in various situations, and it let me down all the time. I tried to, so to say, outsmart it by discriminating the factors. Why it did not work, why it was so ass. So let's say you have a studio like this, and you want to make some videos. It's understandable, it's fun. But it is less fun if you have to constantly worry about you being in focus or not, so you could waste a lot of material. And we do not want that, do we? So the first thing, this is a must-have. You must have a monitor for this camera. This camera has the same, screen design as the Fuji X-T3. It has a semi-articulable screen. It can tilt up and down, and you can tilt it to the side. It's good for photography, as I said, but not for videography. So I have the Feel World monitor on top, and so I can see, this is why I sometimes look like this. Yes, to see if I'm in focus or not. So I see it struggles, but it does not, even with this light here, and this is controlled light condition, right? It still struggles, not with recognizing my face. The frame around my face and the cross around my eyes, it's flawlessly. Yes, it realizes, yeah. And from what I've seen so far, it was way faster than outside. And yes, of course, it's no wonder why it is faster. The light is pretty good here, so it should work the best here. So if you want to have a studio camera with good video, other than the autofocus, the video capabilities of these cameras are fantastic. They really are. The look is great. Yeah, the look is great. The file size is reasonable. The battery holds a lot of power. Since it is pretty big, well, it's as big as this, almost, and way more heavy. So there's a lot of power in it, and you can use this camera for a long time without it overheating, I believe. Right now I record in V-Log 4K. This camera already had the V-Log update that was, it was optional. Can you imagine that? Buying this camera, and it has to be some sort of a conspiracy, and I'm pretty sure that you know, because why? This camera has such good video features, but why didn't it have the V-Log feature? Or it has better video features than some other cameras, but the autofocus is ass, so why? There is not one camera that includes everything, and it could, because it's so big, there's so much room for it. And there would be room to also change the metering method, right? Almost every camera that I know has a metering button somewhere. The DSLR cameras had a specific switch to that. The Nikon D3 has it. Oh, and then that prism on top. Even the Sony's, but this one, it has white balance. So if you have to change your white balance quickly, do you have to? No. You have to maybe change your metering kind of quickly, but not your white balance all the time. You can set it up or whatever, but the metering methods, it needs some adjustment depending on the situation and on the lighting, right? So it can differ from shot to shot, theoretically. This is something I do not like. But for a studio camera, for just talking stuff, this thing is alright. But it has a regular HDMI output. So it's not mini or micro HDMI, it is HDMI. So you need an HDMI cable, a regular one, not the small one or the very small one. That surprised me, because I, of course, did not have a cable like that. I do not even have a TV. I do not watch TV. So, but with that cable and the monitor, I think you're good off. Look at that. Yeah. This is faster. This is way faster than outside and way more reliable. I think I have a good feeling using this camera for videos like that. I do not like the focal length in particular. The 35mm is good for outside video or photography, yeah. But for talking head video stuff like this, I don't think so. But let's now switch to the 50mm and see if we get a good amount, well, maybe a good amount of dimensional image. Because with this, in this distance, I think it looked alright. It's not in any way as good as the 35mm for the Fuji. When I saw the footage of that here at my desk, it looked, I think it looked filmic even. Yeah, despite me being in it. So after we have seen what this camera can do for your video production on your desk or in your studio, let's switch to the a little bit more inconvenient 50mm focal length, because you have to slide back your chair, and I did not even find out if it is the right word, but to slide back yourself a little bit more. Now I am about 50 centimeters away from the camera, so it's a good distance, and you can still see if you are in focus or not on the field world monitor that I mounted. Now let's switch to the 50mm, and there's something else wrong with this camera for videos like this. The record button is on the back. It's next to the EVF. So, but I think I could use the shutter button, can I? Yes, I can. But can this thing focus? Oh, boy. Confidence lost. Confidence in this camera lost, at least. And the trust is broken. I'm about a meter away now. It realizes I'm there instantly. Look, and back. So, as I said, am I even now in focus? I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I'm not. Why not? Now I am. Let's go back slowly. Slowly. Am I? I have no clue. Well, if I am, the image should look good. It should give us a good amount of dimensionality here, and it is more filmic, it is more realistic than, let's say, 20mm, 25mm, and even the 35. The 50 is kind of like, I think, a sweet spot for video in general. You will not look distorted, right? So even if you get a little bit closer to the camera, you will not look distorted at your desk making these videos. And back. Look at me. Well, maybe it has to work out a little. Well, let's say go 3 times back and forth, and maybe there is some kind of mechanism inside that will help it to learn what kind of autofocus you need. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Instead of just working. Oh, that's fantastic. So, I think But still, I think with the 35 or the 50 and this camera on your desk with good lighting, you get a reasonably good camera, because the video features, other than that, are very, very good, and I really like this camera. It's heavy. It's not just a small toy, it's a heavy camera, and it looks like it produces a good amount of video, and it is a full-frame camera, so this is good. I'm not a fan of the HDMI input or output regarding the camera, and I'm not a fan of the autofocus. Come on. What the Once it guards you, I think it guards you. So if you do not do some hectical movements like running back and forth, then it should be good. If you plan doing that, then this is the wrong camera. But I think it is usable. So maybe I will use it from time to time for videos like that. But I think I will stick to the 35mm, not the 50. Someone asked me what I think about the 50. Well, I think the 50 is mediocre, but it's the price, right? It's the Makey. So there is not much to expect. All right, there you go. See? If it guards you, it guards you, and now you can record your video. Now you have no question, right? You do not have to look if you're in focus or not. You will be in focus. You will be. Yeah, all jokes aside, you will not waste material. You will waste material in the beginning if the camera is focused into infinity and you step into the frame and have no monitor to see if you're in focus or not. Then maybe you will waste a lot of video. But if you can, get a monitor, put it on the camera by an HDMI cable, clip it in, that's it. You can see if you're in focus or not, and then you start your talking or recording. Because you will lose so much material. It is just not reliable when you are outside and lighting conditions are changing. Inside here, if it once it guards you, and now you can talk and do your thing. Slight adjustments, I think, are no problem. See? Slight adjustments are no problem. I can go a little bit to the front and a little bit back. This should not pose any problem or any risk of losing your focus, but fast movement. You see? Yeah. Fast movement forward and back. There you see. Yeah, look at that. Let's help it a little. Yes, we help it. We catch it on like luring an animal into a trap, right? You cannot just poke the animal and then run away. No, you have to make small steps to give it the impression that it can still follow you. I think this is a good metaphor for that. So you lure it, you lure the autofocus, you lure the S1 into catching on to you. You cannot just run away. You cannot jump scare it either. No, you can't, see? You cannot jump scare it. And then if you try to lure it, and then you just run away. And you're gone. The animal will not follow your lead. Now it catches up to you. But if you be very, very slow and make small adjustments, it works and looks good, has excellent video capabilities. Vlog is something good to work with. One love. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.